Hello, this is Dr. Ochoa with Live with Excellence. I hope you had a great week and you continue to stay healthy and well. I hope you also are hydrating yourself. It's very important to hydrate yourself every day. It's just great to see you again, to see you all again. And thank you for your likes. I also like to see comments. And if you actually are trying anything that I'm recommending or anything that you have tried, and you like to share, please do so. Just place your comments. I'll definitely appreciate it. So let's review back and what we discussed the past 2 weeks. There are basically 5 important points that science has proven to be truth and to be effective, and also because of my experience too as well. So putting all those things together, I just like to bring it to you. So the first 2 weeks were spent on how our thoughts are so important to just to be aware of your thoughts, right? We are human beings that we're always thinking. Since you're getting up in the morning, since you're going even go down to sleep, always thinking. So how we can control our thoughts, how we can often can do this, how we can impact physically, impact our brains and our health of the thoughts that you keep in your mind. So those are very key and important points to learn, and how you can actually go through those changes or go through transformation. So those very first one. The second point that I brought last week is, when you are actually aware of those thoughts, you also need to be aware of anything that you are, your brain is taking in and learning and also responding. That has to do a lot with how you're going to be successful in completing, your goals or anything that you like to go to transformation. So those are key, definitely key. And today, what I'd like to talk to you about for week 3 is I'd like to talk to you about that whatever you input that you do and what you said is so important. So science also proven that even any input that you actually are taking in, and then taking and doing it with the action, it impacts you brain, and also impacts your behaviors. So it's so important that what you say you'll do matches, and they're always doing it ever collaboratively together. They're like dancing together. So that is very important to do. So the output that you produce and what you do is what you actually said is going to be key for you to be successful, to meet those goals or go into transformation. So I highly recommend you, just write that down. So everything output that you do and what you say is just going to be very, very important for you to keep in mind. So in other words, one great example that I always give is, even if you are not doing it and you're saying it, your goal should be, I will do this because I like to do this. For example, I started to, do certain, exercises for myself. Either, push-ups in the mornings. I used to do 10, and I do 15. That was my goal. So I started doing 10. The following week, I started to push myself to do 5 more. So that's one example. So when you say you want to do 15 or 20 push-ups, you're just gonna work towards that. And it doesn't have to be, right away. It can be just take a week until you do those push-ups of 15 push-ups or so forth. Or any number you set out for yourself. And of course, the other example I have is I needed to write, 3 grateful things that I want to do, before I start my day. That was the goal. I want to do 50 grateful things for the week. And I started with doing 3 daily. Then I went up to maybe 10 grateful things each day. So those are the examples of goals that you can set up for yourself and then do them. Just set up for the period that you need until you get to your goal. So everything that you even thinking during the day that you say, I want to do this, you always want to make sure that that's what you will do. Sometimes even we're not doing it, which is, it's called cognitive dissonance. You still put the vision in front of you. Say, I will do 20 push-ups, for example, for the next next week or next 2 weeks. So you see yourself doing those 20 push-ups, and you definitely is going to help you to actually do the action. So doing the action has been proven to be the most effective way of going through transformation for any type of positive changes you want to make in your life. So definitely, keeping those two things together, saying it and doing it, and do what you said, is just going to help you go through those changes that you want to do for this year. So I highly recommend that, you really set yourself, right? You thought, you got to have the right, how you're thinking and what you're thinking of doing, you're saying it and then doing it have to match. So those are that's the third step, is making sure that whatever output you're producing is actually doing what you're saying. Okay, so that is number 3. And one of the exercises that I want to leave you for today is to do a self-examination. Okay, self-examination is so key to help you to make sure that what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're doing is actually, the same way, is impacting, is making an impact. So the self-examination exercise is, I would like you to ask yourself, what am I doing? As I wake up in the morning, what am I saying to myself? Also, it's a question that I highly recommend. It has been actually scientifically proven. It's so important to do as you self-examining yourself. So what am I doing? What am I saying? What am I, how am I responding to people in my life? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself to do a self-examination, and in making sure that what you're doing is, or the output that you're doing is what you're saying, so they will match it. So self-examination is key, is certainly very, very important. It's key to do this step. So that's the exercise what I'd like you to do for next week, and I would like for you to actually write comments and questions too. If you have any questions that you're not too sure, please just write it down in the comments. I'm always checking to see if anybody has comments or questions. So one of the things that you should be asking yourself is, what am I doing? Since you wake up in the morning, what are you saying to yourself? That is so key. Okay, how am I responding to others? Am I having this this thought of a complaining thought, and why is it that I'm having this complaining thought? So, those things that you should write it down also as you I hope you're taking your 7 to 10 minutes each day. That is key too, and it takes discipline. So do that every day. And let me know how this third step is actually helping you. I would love to hear your comments again. I love the likes. I love that. But definitely I would love to see what else you had to say and what comments. So I hope to hear from you soon. I cannot wait. And have an awesome week. And I will see you next week with our 4 very important step to go into changes or go through transformation for this year. So love to see you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.